Shot counting part 2. You have this fun position, and naturally we'd like to roll 4-4 and get past our opponent. But of course we don't. We roll 6-2 and we're forced to use the 6. We're forced off of our 13 point and we leave this shot. We leave a direct shot and our opponent sees this direct shot, they're feeling frisky and they cube us. And in this video we're not looking at if the cube was correct, should we take or should we drop. We're going to concentrate more on the method of counting shots. Now, when you're playing, this is the question. If this checker gets hit, we lose almost 100% of the time. So the question we're going to ask is, of the 36 rolls, how many of those 36 rolls pick up this checker? But more accurately, what we're looking for is what percentage of the time do we get hit and we get stuck on the bar? Now, when I'm counting rolls or counting shots in a position like this, I always start with the direct shots, the biggest number. Then I add in our combos, which is the next biggest number. And then I do the doubles, largest to smallest. Very similar to the way I like to count pips. Always looking for the largest group first, working my way down to the smallest. I find it to be the most error-free and the fastest way of doing it. It also helps me not miss anything as I'm counting because I'm doing it in a sequence. So let's look at our chart that we had from our previous video and see how that helps us. So in our position, we get hit with any roll that contains a 6. And that's easy. That's 11. We know that from our last video, and 11 and 20 are two of the numbers that we've just committed to memory. And if you haven't committed them to memory, you will over time, as they come up all the time and you'll have plenty of time to practice. The numbers 11, 20, and 27. Mostly though, 11 and 20 are the numbers you're going to use the most. So we have a single direct shot, and our number is 11. And if we look at our combos, what adds up to 6? Anything that adds up to 6 will also hit our checker. 1-5 will add up to 6, but 5-1 also does. Whenever we talk about combos that add up between the two dice, they're always counted in pairs. 2-4 adds up to 6, and it has its partner as well, so that's another pair that we count as a 2. We also count the doubles that can also hit. Now, what double adds up to 6? 2-2 can hit that checker. 3-3 can hit that checker. And if we remember from the previous video, the doubles are singles. There's only one 6-6, there's only one 4-4, there's only one 3-3. And that's how we count. Large number, then our combos, then our doubles. Let's go back to our example position. So here we have our example position. How many rolls out of 36 hit this checker? Now, if I were to ask you to count these, and I let you count them, you came up with a number, I could ask you, did you miss any? Did you double count any? And if you have to pause and think about it, it's possible. These are two common mistakes when counting shots. Now, the best way to avoid this, for me, is to count the exact same way every time, without exception. Consistency is king. Now, here's how I count this position. I have a single direct shot. I start with the number 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 shots out of 36 hit this checker. So this checker gets hit about 47% of the time. Now, how did I do that? I have a single direct, so I started with the number 11. Then I started, and I do this the same way every time, I start with anything that includes a 1 that adds up to 6. Then I do anything with a 2, anything with a 3, 4, 5, and 6. And you don't always need all of them, but I always do it the exact same way every time. I start with 1, then 2, then 3, and I just work my way up. So in this case, 11, anything with a 1, 1, 5. that's counted as a pair. Anything with a 2, 2, 4, that's counted as a pair. So I have 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 shots. 3, 3, that's a double, so that doesn't count. 4, already counted. 5, already counted. And you'll learn as you practice and practice and practice these. If you're doing it outside of play is tremendously helpful. Also doing it while you play. All these repetitions you'll learn when you're getting to the point where you're duplicating some of your count. So 11 direct shots, 12, 13, 14, 15, and any doubles that also hit. 1, 1 does not hit, falls short. 2, 2. 2, 2 hits as checker. 3, 3. 3, 3 hits as checker. 4, 4, 5, 5 do not. 6, 6 we've already counted when we counted any 6 in our direct shot. So 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 shots hit this checker. So just to do a quick review of my sequence that I use when I count shots. First I look at my direct shots. Is it a single direct, a double direct, or a triple direct? Am I going to start with 11, 20, or 27? Then I do my combos. I start with anything that includes a 1, then I do anything that includes a 2, then anything that includes a 3, then 4s, then 5s, and then at the end, one at a time, I add in any doubles that also hit. So let's count all the possible scenarios we have in a position like this, where we start with a single direct shot. So we have the position that we started with, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. What about this position? Single direct shot. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, no doubles. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, no doubles hit this checker. 15 shots. What if this were our position? Single direct shot, we start with 11. 11, 12, 13, go to our doubles, 14, 15. Once 1 hits, and 2, 2 hits. Let's do this position. Single direct shot, all 3s hit. Start with 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 shots hit. One of the doubles we had to add in was 1, 1. This position here, single direct shot, we start with 11. 11, 12. No combos, just a double of 1, 1 hits this checker. And this is our last one. No combos, because we're already right there. And single direct shot, 11. But we've already counted ones, so it's just 11. Very easy. Now, if counting shots is new to you, this is a position you should practice with to start. Take this checker, put it here, or here, or here, or here, or here, anywhere that's a direct shot, and practice counting the shots over and over and over, using a consistent way. If you use the way that I do it, great. If you find a way that works better for you, that's fantastic. But my suggestion again is, once you find a way to do it the same way every time, because there's always these two questions that you have to ask yourself. Did you miss any? Did you double count any? And to avoid that, consistency is the way to go. Now, what if we had this position? Our opponent cubes us. Now we really want to know, because there's a good chance this checker is going to get hit. But we're just not going to make a snap decision. This looks pretty scary. We want to know exactly how many times this checker gets hit before we make a cube decision. This is a double direct shot. And if we remember from the previous video, the plus equal trick is just the plus sign, the equal sign, one line vertical and horizontal. And when you have a double direct shot, it's 2 lines across and 2 lines down. So this is a double direct shot. This is what it looks like, any 5 and any 6 from our chart. And we know that number is 20. So we start with 20. 20, we do the ones. 1, 4. 1, 4 hits, 1, 5 hits, but we've already counted all the 5s. So here's where you have to be careful that you don't double count. So 20, 21, 22, we go to the 2s, 23, 24, 25, 26, 3 3s a double, so we're at 26, and we've already counted all those combos. Then we go to our doubles. No doubles hit from this, but 2 2 and 3 3 hit. So we have 20 ones, we have our 1 4. For 2s, we have our 2 3, but we also have for our 2s 2 4. We also have for our 1s 5 1, but we've already included all the 5s in our double direct shot. So we have our 20, our directs, we have our combos counted, and we finish with our doubles. 1 1 doesn't hit, 2 2 hits, 3 3 hits, 4 4, 5 5, no. So these are our shots. 20, 22, 24, 26, 27, 28. 28 shots hit. 28, that's a lot of shots. But that means with 36 rolls in backgammon, 8 shots do not hit. So what is that as a percentage? 8 times 3 is 24. We're going to subtract about 8 to 10%. That puts us well under 25%. So in this position, if our opponent cubes us, we have an easy pass. So that's the basics for shot counting. My method I'm sharing with you of my sequence that I count with. There are other methods out there, and if you find something or develop something that works a little better for you, slight variation in what I do, slight variation in what someone else does, use it. But do it the same way every single time. In the next video, we'll just do a whole bunch of examples of single and double shots just for practice.